One top stock for 2026 is Micron Technology with a ticker MU. Now, I have invested a sum of money, and my total return to this moment is 40%. It was a little bit higher, but there was some drawdown on the market. My investment was at the date of oh, it's not showing again, but it was I've invested at 30th of September, and you can see that the total rate of return is now 40%. That is, of course, a good result in a few months. However, I think that this company, Micron Technology, has a long way to go yet. Of course, there are no guarantees and there is no financial advice here, but my own money is in it. It's at stake, and I think it can go along a little bit further. Why? Well, first of all, it's one of the best rated semiconductor stocks at this moment. Based on factor analysis, it's just the best choice. Also, one very good choice is Taiwan Semiconductor, but that's just purely based on factor analysis. I'm going to show you in a moment that this has an interesting valuation mix combined with some growth based on also the business momentum. Of course, we look at fundamental analysis first. What is the business? What is the strategy? And what will be the results in the upcoming few years? If that's promising, then we look at the stock price. If it's a decent stock price, ideally below intrinsic valuation, we buy. But sometimes it might look above intrinsic valuation, but the company keeps surprising us all. So that's very interesting, and I think Micron Technology has a combination of that. Short reminder, I'm the founder of Happy Investors. We're a Dutch company. I'm investing for 11 years with my own money, and I have real results to show instead of most people. And on our website, but it's in Dutch, we offer free tools, education, advanced stock analysis, and also a passive investment strategy, win-win investing, where we only charge performance fee. But to join, you need a maximum investment account, and of course, we're going to achieve um, above results. Now, Micron Technology is, I think, a stock that, although I'm up 40% still at this current level, I think it can give us a better result in 2026 than the S&P 500, but especially better than the most technology stocks out there, including, for example, NVIDIA, which is a very great company, but also the price is a little bit high. So what is interesting about this company? It's if you do not know the company, in very short, they sell solutions for storage of data, mainly for computers and chips data, and of course, it's one of the key players in the whole IE team. So artificial intelligence, in very short, what's going to happen? There are very big companies like Meta, Alphabet, Nvidia, all are investing significant amount of money in, for example, data centers, and data centers need storage of memory. They also need energy, by the way. That's a tip for another one. And Micron Technology is positioned for that in a very strong way, and they have very strong results to show. You can look the investor relations yourself. What I would like to show is on page 28, we have the cash flow from operations, and we can see that for fiscal year 2025, it's up with almost 50%. So that's a very strong result. They do pay a little bit of dividend, but I'm not interested in dividend at all. I'm a bit, well, not surprised about the buybacks, but I think that's a good choice because at this moment, not the best price to buy, and I'm not sure if it will drop again to, for example, 200. Um, but on the, let's say, more short term to up to 6 to 12 months, this company, Micron Technology, is potentially positioned to get a real strong results. So it's on the first number one of the top semiconductor stocks based on factor analysis. And if you look at, for example, historical valuation, there is an enormous price peak. Yet, if you look at the expected growth in earnings, result in EPS, earnings per share, then maybe the company is still undervalued. And let's say we look at forecasting. and we consider the estimates of EPS growth, which is very high, but interesting though it is not so high for 2028. But of course, who knows exactly what will happen in 1 quarter, 1 year, or even let's say 2 or 3 years. So of course, all those estimations are an estimation and not the um, it gives no guarantees for the future. If you look at the normal multiple, it's very low compared to current situation. So of course, if Micron Technology can continue to grow their EPS at this rate, maybe we should pay a little bit of higher price, and then the price for earnings of 22 is not very insanely high, because it means that if we can grow the EPS to a 20 per share, then we have still a rate of return of 90% in total, and on average 45%. So for me, Micron Technology is not a um, sell at this moment at all. Even after 40% increase in a short time period, I think it can at least go on a little bit further. Why? Because of valuation. Um, Current valuation seems to be a little bit high, but forward valuation looks pretty interesting. The price to earning for forward year, so 2026, is estimated to be below 15. That is a discount to sector median of 50%. Then we have the PEG ratio, which is, yeah, it's very low, but let's assume this is not fully correct, of course, because otherwise it would be a very, very great stock. And we have many stocks selected in the past, like Celestica and Bluffing, that have grown 10 times in just a matter of 12 months. But Micron Technology is already a company of 250 billion, so I'm not expecting it to grow to a company of 2 trillion or more in just a matter of 12 months. Let's keep it realistic. Price to sales seems okay, but price to cash flow seems interesting at this moment. Growth figures are very strong, also for next year. So that's very promising. But of course, keep in mind that estimations and forecasting is only true when it happens, and most of the time it's lower or better. And there is a slight chance here that this company is, although the expectations are high, they even can perform a little bit better. So that's a rare combination. And lastly, about the profitability, net income margin is increasing significantly, especially compared to 5-year average. But of course, well, not of course, but a rate above 20% of net income margin. Looking at the history of Micron Technology, I'm not sure if this is sustainable. So that's a really important question over here. But at this moment, we have a company which is in a really strong business momentum, and there is a lot of capex investing, uh, uh, billions of dollars coming from Magnificent Seven, for example, to this industry. And Micron Technology is one of the companies who is benefiting from this. On the very short term, Zacks Rank is rating it a strong buy. And also, should note that this stock is in the top 15% of performing industry and sector rank. So that's an interesting combination as well. And the price target from Zacks Rank for the next 6 to 12 months is around $240. So not really that much higher than the current price. Although a strong buy with a number one rating from Zacks implies that they think the company will have a positive EPS revision, so they will get more profits than the market is currently anticipating. So that's why Micron Technology might be very interesting play for 2026. And although the prices for artificial intelligence, the whole team is becoming a little bit inflated, still the momentum is going on. So the biggest peak of investment might not be there yet. And I think then if you want to have some chips on the table for this AI team as an investment, then Micron Technology might be a very interesting one. Lastly, based on technical analysis, not much to add here. Perhaps based on some indicators, it's showing that the stock is a little bit overheated at this moment, so overbought bought with the RSI. But things will change if news keeps coming that new investments will follow. Therefore, Micron Technology is one of the top stocks I have selected for you at this moment for 2026. I have a investment myself, and I do not have any other benefits of mentioning this company. I think it be a good investment still at this current price. And keep in mind that I do not provide any personal or financial advice whatsoever. Thank you for this one, and let's continue with more stocks to invest in.